Welcome to WatchMojoUK, and today we're counting down our picks for the close calls with the Grim Reaper on these car enthusiast shows. That's right, we'll be doing the unthinkable, and including clips from the Grand Tour as well.
Before we begin, we publish new content every day, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos.
Number 10. Sudden Impact. James can be a bit of a dozy one at times, but this miscalculation nearly cost him far more than his usual blunders. While travelling across the Syrian desert during the Middle East special, Clarkson's car, a Mazda MX-5, was suddenly stuck. May and Hammond offered to help their co-host out, with the latter pulling Clarkson's car with a tether, while May coordinated from up close.
Go, 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 go!
That's when it all happened, in an instant. He was tripped onto the ground with a speed and impact that makes us wince every time.
So he was taken to hospital, leaving Hammond and I to carry on alone.
Honestly, James May was pretty lucky to walk away from this one with just a concussion. He later joined the gang again, and they continued their trip together.
It's only a small bang on the head, and I'm mended.
Number 9. Trapped in Argentina.
However, there was a problem. Someone on an Argentinian website noticed that the car I was driving sported the number plate H982FKL.
When the gang turned up to Argentina with a number plate of H982FKL, it was apparently a complete coincidence, and not at all an attempt to rub the people of Argentina the wrong way.
Nationalists, whatever, believe that the Falklands are Argentinian, they don't like the British, and they're in the hotel.
Yes, this 1982 Falklands reference did seem to be out of the Top Gear Humour handbook, but apparently that wasn't the case. Not that the Argentinian protesters would take this into account. The team were trapped inside a hotel when angry locals turned up.
Back on the move, they were now heading for the much larger town of Rio Grande, where they were told a mob in some 300 cars was waiting.
The whole crew had only one option: to make a break for it and flee for Chile. Allegedly, a number of the team were injured, and, as Clarkson has stated in the past, with how heated the situation had gotten, he believed there was a real possibility of them getting murdered.
But after many hours of struggle, our team made it across.
Number 8. Wall of Death.
You must all hit 50 miles an hour around the Top Gear Wall of Death.
So that's what it is.
The name kind of gives it away, really. Paddy McGuinness went on record to say that this stunt almost cost the team their lives during Series 29. Here, the gang attempted to recreate the famous, and very dangerous, Wall of Death carnival show using cars instead of motorbikes.
Okay, come in! Come in, come in!
The three hosts' competitive natures meant that they were all trying to make a better go at it than each other, leading to some near-fatal errors.
Oh, this does not feel good.
According to them, they got caught up in the moment and didn't realise the immense danger they had put themselves in.
When the smoke came out, me and him were up here and we were like, get off that wall.
Number 7. Monsoon. The Grand Tour Vietnam episode didn't exactly go to plan. When the gang were attempting a scene where they crossed the South China Sea, the weather decided to make the situation far worse for them.
It's just awful.
Being monsoon season, the inevitable happened. According to Clarkson, 4 people had died within close proximity to them. He and Hammond were fine, but May's situation was far more perilous. He was forced to abandon ship as it was filling with water, with reports claiming that this was a life or death situation.
We've been very worried about you.
Have you? I was very worried about me, but thank you.
Number 6. Rocky terrain.
Just keep climbing and climbing.
It's no secret that the new Top Gear lineup has also had to navigate some rather treacherous terrain during their time on the show. But only one time genuinely had the cast fearing for their lives.
This is tough going.
Chris Harris told the press that this was the case during their special, which took place in Nepal. Here, the gang had to drive up a rocky terrain in order to reach their destination, the Tibetan kingdom of Lomantang. The mountain was steep, the vehicles were ill-equipped.
Oh my god.
Oh my God. That is just stupid.
The hosts were scared out of their wits. One small hiccup would have meant their demise. Number 5. May's Smash. The Grand Tour had not one, but 2 close calls for James May.
And your own time, begin!
Captain Slow went out of his comfort zone when he, Hammond and Clarkson did running speed tests in a now decommissioned naval base in Norway. May was driving at 75 miles per hour in his Mitsubishi Evo when he came face to face with a sudden wall, which he was narrowly able to swing into, rather than crash head first. If not for this last second reaction, May very easily could have perished.
I saw his head clobber the side of the B-pillar.
Instead, he walked away with a broken rib and had to sit out a good chunk of their journey.
Hello.
We are pleased and angry simultaneously.
Number 4. Angry Americans. Who knew Alabamans could be such ungracious hosts? This one happened on the gang's drive from Miami to New Orleans in the US special, which took them through the Deep South.
We've all done a good job here, but I do believe that the person most likely to be shot is indeed Hammond.
As a prank, they all painted various things on each other's cars to incense Alabama residents as they drove through, but they really underestimated how trigger-happy the locals could be. They promoted the Democrats, criticized NASCAR, and added LGBT-positive slogans.
I have felt less conspicuous than this.
The result was them getting run out of state, quickly cleaning their cars after worrying they could actually get shot by angry Americans, a very real possibility.
Rocks started pelting our vans.
Number 3. Hammond's second crash. Hammond sure knows how to make us worry.
Oh, I'm quite nervous. I'm suddenly nervous.
11 years after his first major accident, which we'll get to later, the hamster was once again on the front of newspapers after a near-death experience. He was taking on Switzerland's Bergrennen-Hemberg race in a Rimac Concept 1. Things went badly, and the vehicle ended up in flames, though fortunately, Hammond was able to climb out of the vehicle before it reached this point. He was lucky enough to leave the accident with just a few injuries and was airlifted away to hospital. This crash caused irreparable damage to the Rimac brand and indeed Hammond's body. Number 2. Flintoff's Crash. If you're wondering why Top Gear has been put on ice indefinitely, well, you have this little mishap to thank for it. The filming took place at Surrey's Dunsfold Aerodrome track, where Freddie Flintoff was driving and reviewing the Morgan Super 3 three-wheeler. When hitting high speeds, he suddenly slipped and flipped over, causing massive damage. Fortunately for him, he was in a good enough position where all he ended up suffering was a broken rib and some injuries to his face. From what we've heard, and the BBC's reaction of cancelling the filming of the series, he's lucky to be alive. Number 1. Hammond's first crash.
Every part of my body is full of adrenaline.
It's the crash everyone talks about. Back in 2006, Richard Hammond was driving a Vampire dragster, a vehicle that is jet-powered. A crash came soon after, and Hammond was so badly injured, he wound up being put in a medically induced coma. Of course, Richard would survive this accident, but it has come to be known as the closest brush with death in the show's history. You would think that after such a traumatic experience he'd pack in the show for good, but no, Hammond turned up on the show again, and his co-hosts didn't miss the opportunity to poke some fun at him.
Are you now a mental?
No!
Which of these moments had you panicking? Let us know in the comments below.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from WatchMojoUK and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.